Hi, this is BIBO. What is BIBO? BIBO is a multi-stage water filtration system that dispenses instant boiling and chilled water. And I know that because I'm reading it from their website. Now, we've had this for 2 weeks ourselves, and to be honest, have to say, love it. We've already set it up, so when I press a mug of hot water, it knows how big our mugs are. And I know you're going to say that you have bigger and smaller mugs. Yeah, that's absolutely true. And you can have a bigger or smaller glass for your water, for your cold water. So I'm going to quickly put that aside, but it's done shot, hopefully. I've got a glass here. I'd like a glass of cold water, please. Now, we've obviously dialed in the temperatures we want our hot water dispensed at, we've dialed in the temperatures we want the cold water dispensed at, and we've dialed in the temperatures that we want our ambient water to be at. Why would you even want ambient water out of this machine? Well, that's because it's to replace using your tap. It's basically giving you filtered water all of the time. Now, you can of course have any amount of hot water. I had to press an unlock key here. You also press 2 keys to get hot water. You don't need to for cold water or for room temperature, but for hot water, to avoid anybody getting burnt, and it's a reasonable safety feature, there has to be 2 presses. As you can see, this mug is a lot bigger than this mug. We don't use particularly small mugs. I'm going to stop it about there, but you can hopefully see it's filling to the brim, and that's literally almost twice as much as that size mug. I know, because that's my standard cup of tea. So this isn't just about cups of tea, this is to replace your kettle. You want to, in the summertime, be able to put jugs under here to keep everybody happy at a dinner table. This stand and drip tray very simply detaches. I'm going to pop it on top quickly, and you can easily put, and it's very clever, because not only does this unit stand slightly proud. Let me just start dispensing cold water. Yes, it sounds like somebody's peeing in a lavatory just at the moment, but that's the rate of water flow based on the bar temperature. That's the water pressure of your house. So we haven't got a very high bar rating here. It's a clever feature that the BIBO doesn't actually have a pump, a motorised pump, electric motorised pump to push the water. It uses the pressure of the water coming into the unit, so this unit is plumbed in to your water supply, into your house water supply, through a very small, I think it's a 3, maybe 4 mil plastic tube, flexible pipe that's attached to your main in-feed under your kitchen sink. This detachable drip tray allows for tall jugs. This is seriously tall. This is going to hold about 1.5 litres of cold water, as well as saucepans. Now, it did stop dispensing, even though the jug's only about 2/3 full, and that's really just saying that the temperature we asked for is whatever, 6 degrees, I think, and it's come down to the cold water is not as warm as cool, sorry, and it's now around about let's say 10 degrees. I can just say, no, I want more cold water. I'm going to stick my finger to the float. That, I assure you, is still very chilled. It's just not at 6 degrees. So it's already done a reasonable sized glass. These are large glasses, and a litre. And I'm going to make it finish off the last ½ litre into my jug, and then let the device sort itself out and re-chill. So I've now got a very large jug of heavy cold water. Same again goes for saucepans. Obviously you want to boil some vegetables, so you want to not waste time at your sink filling up BRITA filter jugs or any other kind of filter jugs, and you want to get yourself some water. You don't want to go filtering that into the kettle like we used to do, and then boiling your kettle and then dispensing your kettle load by load into a saucepan. You want to just seamlessly throw a saucepan under the BIBO unit, get some hot water in there, enough to get some vegetables covered, get that on the heat, boiling away, lid added, you've got yourself cooking 2 or 3 saucepans at a time. You haven't got to think about worrying about filling this up again. It just does itself in the background. It's constantly filling, it's constantly maintaining temperature. So if this temperature again for the hot water goes very low, and when I say very low, you know, it's starting to heat now. You can see it's charging, as it likes to call it, probably because it's only at 90 degrees or something. I've got it to dispense already 2 very large mugs of hot water, boiling water, and I'm now getting it to do another litre here. It can actually do about 1.5 litres in a single go. That's, again, it's a large saucepan. I've forced about another litre out of it. It's got to reheat the water that's now loaded into the system. So the same rate the water's coming out, the water's going in at the back. It's being pushed through. It's filling both chambers. There's a hot and a cold chamber. The cold's chilling down again nicely. The hot's going to take, let's say, a couple of minutes at most to refill. And by the time I've got my vegetables on the oven, and I'm ready to go. So let's just put that down for a minute. Drip tray, very easy to just slide in and out, but still very robust when it's in. Quite a clever design. There are filters inside. There's a 6-month, very fine micron, fine fibre filter inside the unit, and a UV lamp that also zaps any living organisms, bacteria, etc. On the cold drink side. Obviously the hot drink side is going to be boiled as well. So you've got in here a single unit that gives you chilled and hot boiling water, room temperature water. It becomes your tap. I didn't show you that. Let me just quickly throw that away. Pouring it down the sink. So if I want some room temperature water, the way it does it, it dispenses an amount of cold and an amount of hot to get you the temperature you've asked for. Now I've got a small measure coming out, as in a quote standard cup. Like I say, these are quite large mugs. Like I say, you dial in the amount of water for all 3 default measurements, and you have unlimited unlimited access to the hot and the cold. Also up to 1.5 litres, which is about the capacity on each side. So 1.5 litres of hot water, 1.5 litres of cold water. Now it's not that it won't keep supplying you water. I can keep getting cold water, I can getting hot water. It's just it won't be boiling hot. So I can force it now to say, no, I know you're boiling. I want some more hot water in my saucepan now. You're more efficient at doing this than my oven is. So I'm going to just do the safety unlock and make it push out hot water. And I'm not offering to put my finger in that running stream because I know it's going to be very hot. It's probably already 90 degrees, even though I've only been talking for less than a minute. Okay, I'm going to stop that, he says, not pressing the button properly. I'm going to take that away again. Quickly pop in the drip tray. So you only need to replace the cartridges every 6 months. The way BIBO do this is they'll have an arrangement with yourself where you sign up and basically standing order every 6 months in the post. The filters arrive, you pay for them only when they arrive, which I think is a very convenient way of working. Has this replaced our kettle? Absolutely. Has this replaced a water filter jug? Yes, it has. After many happy years with BRITA, I'll be honest, this water tastes brilliant, and the filter system in the unit is better. It goes to a much finer degree. The UV lamp gives additional peace of mind. It's not clear perspex. It's not going to suffer from sitting in any direct light. Okay, so the size of the unit though, yeah, this is going to take up more footprint in your kitchen than a kettle and a filter jug combined. It's about 30 centimetres across the front, about 35 back, and about 32 and a half high. It's got a removable plastic lid, so you can put things on top of it, but you need to have access to the 2 filters. So you've got a UV and a UV light and an actual traditional large filter that drops in here, so you need to have access to the top. Apart from that, it's very sleek, doesn't get hot nor cold. The colour panels on the side are selectable. We selected cream, you're seeing cream here, but there are some quite fantastic, interesting colours in their range, going from quite bright greens to reds. I was hoping to quickly show you a flash colour of their choices, but I haven't. Silver, they haven't actually got a white yet. They do offer on their website the ability to buy new colour covers if you, for example, change the design of your kitchen, move house, etc., and don't find your BIBO then fits in as well as you'd like aesthetically, which is a nice option. I don't think that's a cheap option, but it's a very nice option. So certainly the BIBO unit is one to last. Comes with a year's manufacturer's warranty, extendable for 3 years. Seems reliable. I like the way that it's not got very many moving parts. There is a fan in it, don't get me wrong. Does it make noise? Yes, it makes noise. It's making the boiling kettle type noise in the background to get that hot water up to the 98 degrees we wanted it to dispense at. There is an electric fan on the back that comes on occasionally to keep the electronics and other circuitry cool. That typically comes on more when we use the cold water, and that I believe is because obviously to make water cold you've got a heat exchange element going on, so there's more heat coming out into the internal unit. I don't think it's very it isn't able to, I don't think, transfer the heat from the cold side into the hot water side, so it ends up having to go out the back or through the electronic circuitry area, and it keeps itself cool by putting on some fans on the back. How much noise does that make? Sounds a little bit like a modern, quiet office PC, let's say. So not the discs, not the monitor, no hum, etc. It's got a fan sound, so it's a 5" by 5" fan on the back of the unit that comes on occasionally. Other than that, it's been brilliant. Wouldn't do without it. Thoroughly recommend it, and although it's not a cheap option, it's a very good option.